Kendor. We're here doing another walkabout. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this series because believe me, guys, this is going to be continuing. I saw a lot of people doing a lot of activity, so I'm going to do a lot of these. Anyway, please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that little bell icon, know when I'm putting out next video. Anyway, today's walkabout is more of me putting out the fact that I'm doing a new game. Mind you, it's not going to be I'm not going to be doing it from the beginning because I already have a few games from the beginning, and I'll even try putting them into an actual folder for you guys so you can check those out. But anyway, so basically it's me playing Trails of Cold Steel. Yes, folks, Trails of Cold Steel is one of my favorite games of all time. Um, because I mean the game itself is just way too much fun. Like the one thing I love about it is it's basically a very long game, but the story is so intertwined that it is hard not to love it because you want to know more and more. If there was an actual anime for it, it would be at least 50 episodes for how much story it has. And mind you, every story has its own little, mind you, the initial story, I think it has two branches. One from the main characters, some of the main characters, which is basically one of my favorite characters, Reen and all his friends. And of course, the other one is basically the other side of the war, because there is a war going down, and the problem is this war isn't so straightforward because it was started and endorsed by both governments practically. Let me try to explain that. So basically, it's between two, if not more, countries called Crossbell and Arambonia. Arambonia basically is the military state. Like, it's a very strong military state, and they basically think World War II Germany. Yeah, it's literally Arambonia, and Crossbell is just basically trying to get them to stop doing that bullshit. But like the Chancellor, which is like the Führer, yeah, I'm literally telling you that this guy. Oh damn! I got, hit those little icons, guys. Hit those likes. Comment. Tell me what you guys think so far about what I'm talking about, and if you guys have ever seen or played this game before. Anyway, so there's a lot of story. Like I said, it's really hard to get into with only a few. Excuse me. With only a few minutes of it. But point is, yeah, there's a story. The story is basically these guys are fighting, and it really starts off with the main characters, Reen, and his classes going into a military academy. This military academy, mind you, the technology base would be about. It's hard to explain because, I mean, the general technology is, I'd say, World War I, closer to World War II, but they actually have mechs. It's really hard to explain that because that's literally the time. Imagine that's the level of the civilization, basically World War II, roughly, and they're basically endorsing mechs to the point where it's that kind of level of technology. They have different versions. It's gotten to the point where I'm on the third game, and they're barely figuring out how to do cellular service. Like, oh my god, we have cell service, but only the military has it, which is kind of funny because the main character, Reen, has basically is a teacher in the third game, and he like is talking to all his friends. All his friends are doing, telling him, "Oh well, we have a secret for you, but you won't know until later." You know, I haven't gotten that far yet, so you and me we're gonna be on camera doing that shit, trying to figure out what's going on with Reen and his crew. Anyway, so basically, let's go with the first game, because again, it's hard to explain. But basically, they go into this 100-year tradition where they're going into they're basically going into this place, right? This military academy. It's called Thor's, and they basically doing things with it you would expect in a military academy. You learn military protocols, all that thing. They learn teaching, everything, and then on most occasions, the children are they basically start to have their own little cliques. Hey, how's it going, Ian? Country kid, thank you. Oh, that's what I'm saying, like, country kid, man. Thank you for checking out my video. Anyway, so basically what happens is this guy's is going in to this Phillips Academy, and they're throughout the whole year. Basically, this is on the span of the whole year, so it's like a few chapters, like I'd say about a dozen chapters, and each one would take at least 2 or 3 hours just to make done, right? And mind you, this is not including side missions left and right and center. So basically, they go into this facility where they are taught how to basically take care of themselves. And him and his friends are what's called Class 7. Yes, there's like 6 classes, but they're the exception. They're the ones that get sent onto these like little field trips every now and again, right? And these field trips are basically missions to do recon, trying to figure out what's going on in the immediate area. Well, during these missions, they get into a few scrapes. I'm not gonna go any further than that. Just like they get into a lot of scrapes. Each one of them have to go through a few things. There's many. There's a lot, like 9 characters, and yes, guys, you go through things for every single one of those characters, including the main character, Wayne Schwarzer. That's his name, Wayne Schwarzer. And he himself has his own little trick. Yeah, because apparently there's a magic system in this game. Each one has like a specialized weapon, which is kind of cool. I like it because it gives you versatility. And like I said, there's a magic system which is based in this something. It's like basically think of it as like an old flip phone, kind of like wallet kind of thing. And it's again military tech, so only the main characters have it. Well, anyway, and the main characters and maybe even the villains, but basically it's military tech. Anyway, so you go into it, and again, throughout the whole series, you basically learn some really cool things through these little missions. I'm telling you about the little side quests. You learn more and more about the world. The world gets deeper and deeper. It is crazy. Oh my God. I recommend it if you guys want to check it out. Again, the title is Trails of Cold Steel. Right now I'm on the 3rd one. Again, it's really hard to explain without actually going through all of it all at once. So anyway, the main characters, they are endearing as hell. I love them. You'll fall in love with them. I promise you that. Heck, there's points where you cry and you cry with them. You know, you get invested. Trust me, guys. It's the one thing I love about this game. You get really invested if you're not careful. Anyway, so you go into a really plot point where something is going down, right? And there's a conspiracy against the monarchy. Yeah, apparently there's a monarchy in this system. Remember I told you guys that there was a chancellor? Well, technically, the chancellor isn't the ultimate authority. There is a monarchy, but most of the time the monarchy is just there for show. The true power that everybody associates real, actual authority is the chancellor. Mind you, he isn't evil, but I can't say he's good either. Because technically he does things that are way shady as hell. He even has his own special, like, SS, you know? And some of the main characters are actually friends with some of the members of this specific SS. Yeah, it is so complicated. Don't ask. So, main characters, Reen and his friends, go into the certain situations, and they get involved with what's called Ouroboros. And of course, mind you, this is just one company that has issues. They've had issues for a long time. Ouroboros is just basically, think of it as a kind of a criminal organization that is like worldwide. It's like, holy crap. Think Team Rocket. Just not in the goofy way. Like, think the most egregious crimes you've ever imagined, and these guys done it, and with glee in their eyes. Anyway, so like I said, that's only one antagonist that you have to deal with in the whole series. There's like 3 or 4. The worst one that you actually beat in the first game is I guess it's an organization that has been was started because they had issues with the chancellor. Yeah, apparently having that much power is illegal, so these guys said, you know what, fuck it, and you know, collateral damage be damned, we're gonna take down the chancellor. So there's a scene where they shoot down the chancellor, and here's the twist. One of the main character's friends is the sniper and or leader of said, you know, rebel company. So these guys hit the chancellor, supposedly, and I'm using air quotes here because it's later revealed that the shot that supposedly killed the chancellor, all the chancellor that was hit, I think it was a body double. Yeah, apparently the chancellor saw it coming and just basically wanted to flush these guys out. Long story short, they basically said, you know what, I'm done. We got to go see what's going on. We got to get these guys to answer to us what's going on. So they go, and if I remember correctly, the information was very, very spotty at best. They got out and they were trying to, you know, regroup, seeing what's going on. And then one of the main characters, her name is Emma. She's a sweetheart, I swear to gods. She think the most brainy girl in the world, and the girl is stacked, I tell you. Like, I love how the girls in this game are either petite and cute as all hell, or stacked to the 9s. Like, oh my god, every single one of them are beautiful. Like, I love the design for these girls. And the characters, mind you, not one feels, and that's why I love about these guys, about the people that made this game, or the game series, is when these characters are being made, not one feels like it's a copy and paste. I mean, the art is the same, obviously, but the thing is, every single character seems like exceedingly unique, and their personalities as well. It's just I love it. That's one of the things I love about these games. Is like the aesthetics are appealing. The gameplay is amazing. The mechanics are engaging. Makes the gameplay a lot more fun. So I recommend the game wholeheartedly because you'll be laughing your ass off the entire fucking time. Either that or crying. Anyway, so there's a point where the main character, Reen, has to go to his home because apparently something is going down with his family. Here's the thing. It's later found out that Reen is actually adopted and not an actual noble, because apparently a lot of the kids are either noble or endorsed by nobles, or at least have some kind of high society concept. They are in there basically trying to, rule or get into politics, things like that, right? Because it's a military academy. That's the whole thing. Anyway, so these characters found out that Reen is adopted. Mind you, Reen knew all along. His parents never minced words, but they never even said anything about it because, it was understood that Reen was a family member. They saw him as a loved one. They saw him as a son, and which really cheered me up because the sister had a very, I swear, the sister has a sis complex. I swear to the God, a bro complex, because like there's points where all these girls are coming out around him, hanging out, and the girl is just basically teasing him, giving him shit for hanging out with a lot of girls. And fucking Reen, being the traditional anime protagonist, have no fucking idea how these girls are all over him without actually being all over him, Like every single one of the girls are low-key teasing and flirting with him. Some openly, others, the most awkward, cute moments in the world. You're like, oh my God, get married already. Like one of my favorite ones is Alicia. She's such a sweetheart, but she has a very hard-headed mentality. And mind you, in a cute way. Like she knows she shouldn't be feeling this way because she has a few issues with commitment. Family troubles, don't ask. And again, it's in the series. I recommend checking it out. Long story short, these guys are having fun, and they again realize that something is wrong. So he goes into this forest nearby his hometown, and something is about to try to kill his sister because apparently her sister goes out to check out a certain spot. The spot is basically where his sister was saved by him years ago, and this triggers something inside Reen. The best way I can explain it is he has the spirit or the aura of an ogre. He has like ogre power, and mind you, the problem is it's introduced only once or twice in the actual first few games, because apparently the main character is having issues manifesting this power. Mind you, it's not that he doesn't manifest the power. For him, it's hard to do because he's always afraid that he's going to lose control. The whole berserk. He's basically a berserker, and he has the power, but he has to make sure that he doesn't extend it to the point where anyone around him is injured. Anyway, long story short, this power triggers only because he finds out that in this abandoned schoolhouse. Yes, folks, it's very relevant in the first game. This abandoned schoolhouse is basically you get to go into the schoolhouse, go traverse level by level, and you go down, all the way down, until you find what's called basically an armored knight. Basically, think a giant mech. And yes, when I said a giant mech, I'm talking about giant mech made from magic, guys. This thing is not made from the traditional mech concepts. It's actually made from magic, and it's very choosy. Apparently, it's like only few people can wield these things, and so far there's only 2 people that is able to make that 3. Sorry, three people that has ever been worn, and all 3 of those have been woken in the exact time. Reen is one. He's called the Ashen Chevalier. Yeah. A lot of these terms are going to be either French or German. Trust me, guys, it's going to be weird. Because like I said, it makes me think of World War 1/2 as far as timeline in our world. That's the circa. Like, that's the level of what the world looks like. I tell you that right now. I actually like the aesthetic. It's actually really cool to check out certain, details, and I love it. Anyway, to finish off this little thing, main character Reen, he finds that he's the Ashen Chevalier, and he fights his rival, which happened to be one of his best friends, apparently the Azure Chevalier. And the problem was, this guy did what he did because he thought the Chancellor needed to pay for all his crimes. Mind you, I kind of agree on the point when he needed to pay for his crimes. The problem was, he sacrificed people left, right, and center, and that was the problem. He was doing exactly what his enemy was doing, and personally, I wouldn't have done it that way, but that's just me. I'm not that kind of guy. Anyway, yeah, they got into a fight. He lost, technically, the first fight. He goes to the second fight, and he barely wins. Barely. And I do stress the word barely. So it gets to the point where his friends and family are about to get hit. The knight is like, you know what? We can't win this. We have to go. We have to retreat. So they get the knight is sentient, mind you. It's just like, it's hard from the beginning. It looks like it's robotic, but later the robot starts to develop an actual, personality, which is basically knightly. Think, I'm here to protect you, Reen, and your friends. I'm here for you. And that was literally basically he became friends with his armored knight. So basically they become partners. That's the end of the first game, mind you. I didn't give you the full details on everything on the first game. If you guys want to have more of those details, check out my other videos. I'm pretty sure I've done a few videos like that. Anyway, to end, basically, that's the first game. The second game is basically him doing he's basically in a civil war between the royal army, basically capped by corrupt nobles. They basically said, you know what, it's going to be a coup. I'm going to kidnap anyone that's important, and we're going to use the power of the nobility to rule everyone. It's because, all right, we are nobles. And basically the rest, which is the provincial army. The provincial army is basically anybody that isn't a noble or considered one. Mind you, not all the nobles are with these guys, the noble faction. They just have to deal with this, and the whole game is basically you picking up your friends, trying to figure out how to fix these guys. Again, all these factions that I was telling you about, there's a faction called the Bracers, which is basically, think adventurers, like any other adventure. There is like I said, your friends, they are scattered all over the place. You go all over the place to uh, fix these issues, and there's a lot of drama. I'm not gonna go further into all of it because again, it's too much. But that's the second game. You actually spend most of the second game fighting off the 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 army and other interested parties, unfortunately, because there were certain interested parties, like Ouroboros, that want to keep the war going because of interests, and they are trying to keep Reen and his pals from actually getting involved, or at least trying to make sure that they don't, mess up their plans. They fail because they basically end the civil war. They tell everybody that has ever helped the corrupt nobles that if you continue this course of action, you will be seeing the end of my sword, basically. Unfortunately, there was a few times where that happened, and it killed Reen every time. And mind you, I'm like, I get it. You're young and you shouldn't be doing this shit. And like everybody else is just basically pushing you to the point where you're at that point. You're fighting, and you're barely a school. You're barely a school student, and they're pushing you to the point where you already drew blood more than a few times. And people are happy about it. It's like, what the fuck, dude? These kids are barely 17, 18 years old, and you're already getting them to draw blood already. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Anyway, yeah, that's the first two games. Third game basically starts as you, Rain Schwarzer, going into his new job, which is basically he's a new not a student, but he's a new teacher. Yes, folks, he's a teacher now. He is developing his abilities as a teacher. Obviously, he's meeting up with some old friends from back in those days, and that's right where we are now. That is just basically me telling you guys the basic storyline in a nutshell. I don't want to give you too much detail about everything because there's too much to tell. Again, it's a long game, but believe me, guys, it is worth it. If you guys ever want to check out the series, my recommendation. In the whole series is like 4 games. So right now we're at number 3, and I haven't never played the 4th yet because I haven't beaten the 3rd quite yet. Because again, spoilers. I don't want to go into the spoilers. But anyway, thank you for checking out this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. This is me hoping you guys have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And tomorrow will be a special day because, well, let's just wait until tomorrow because you'll see. Well, it's not really going to be anything too big, just something fun. Anyway, take care. This is your friendly neighborhood gamer Genie Candor, wishing you love, life, and happiness. Hopefully all in the same time. Take care. Be safe.